Okay, in this tutorial I'm going to show you, or series of tutorials, I'm going to show you how to insert the little MP3 player that you see on the websites, like this little fella down here. Okay, it's a very similar way of having the video show, but there's a little bit of a trick to it to get the actual file that we link to. So you've got to pay attention to this one because it can be a little bit tricky. And I'll do it in short steps for you so you can understand it. Okay, so let's just open up the home page there. So the first thing we need to do is go to the modules page. What we're going to modify at this stage is the latest radio interview and have this player play the latest article. All right, now you can do this same method for your blogs. Okay, so when you post in the blog, notice how you got a website link here. We're going to change that into that, so people don't need to leave the site to actually listen to the radio article. Alright, so what first we need to do is go to Extensions, Module Manager. Okay, there's a whole pile of modules there. Okay, the location of the particular module is on the right hand side, so let's change the filter to Select Position, select Right. Okay, still a fair few there, but we'll go through it. This, what we're looking for is radio down here. So click on the radio module. Okay, and here it is here. Now notice we have a piece of code down here. Okay, this basically is the player. Alright, I'm going to break this down a little bit. Notice you have the curly brackets play and the end curly brackets at that end, and at this end you have the same thing but with a forward slash. Alright, those two pieces of code stay in place. The thing that we change is all the bits and pieces inside. So what we have to do is we have to find the URL of that radio article in another website. Okay, sounds a bit complicated, but really it's not. So let's go back to our home page. Here's the website that you've got here. Okay, which is 4BC. All right. Right, so let's just go to that site there. Okay, and here it is here. Okay, this is the little player that they've got, and here's all the information. What I normally do is I'll grab this information here, Control C, or copy it. I'll go back to the module, and in this pit here, okay, I'll just go and Control V to paste it. Don't worry about the bold, we'll fix that up in a minute. And we'll go 4BC radio in there. Just highlight that and we'll unbold that. Okay. Alright, now that we've got the text in there, what we need to do is find the actual MP3 name, or the name of the URL for the player. And what I usually do is I'll get a piece of text that's very close to that player. So this bit of information here, I'll Control C. So find the a piece of text that's close to this player here, highlight it, and copy it to the clipboard. Okay, now here's where it gets a little bit technical. What you need to do now is right click somewhere on the page and then go View Page Source. Okay, and what this does, this comes up with a whole pile of HTML code that makes up the website itself. Okay, don't get too put off by it because we don't need to actually go and read through the whole thing. What I need to do is go Control F for find, Control V to paste in the text that you just highlighted, and there it shows on this chunk of text here, pension index plight. Now somewhere around this area of code, okay, will be the URL to the MP3, or the source to the MP3 file that they're playing. Okay, so what we're going to look for here in this chunk of code is a source code that shows an FTP player. Now if you have a look at these param names, see the object here, this object piece of code goes all the way down to there. Notice object start, object end. In here will be the code to the MP3 that we're looking at. Now if you have a look through the code, see the MP3 file string. If we go back to the HTTP, this little piece of text here is the actual URL to the file itself. So let's grab that, Control C. Okay, now you'll notice there's that in a number of other different places as well if you have a look. Don't try and grab the whole thing, okay, just the source, a little bit at the end. Okay, there's also another bit here. There it is there. Okay, right there. Either or, it doesn't matter, it's the same URL. So Control C. We go back to our admin page, and in here we press Control V. Now what it's done is it's put a hyperlink in there, so we don't want that hyperlink, so we just click somewhere in the text and just unlink it. Okay, it's a different format, so I like to just take this here and remove all the formatting out of it. Okay, and that is how you put your radio player into the end there. All we need to do is go save and close. Okay, when we go to the home page now and refresh the home page, go down to our radio articles. There it is here, 4BC radio. When we play it,
welcome into the studio for the first.
Away it goes. Okay, and that's how you place the player inside your website. Okay, watch this through a few times to understand. If you have any questions with this one, feel free to ask me. Happy to take you through this. It's a little bit more advanced than normal, but follow it step by step, and you shouldn't get too lost. All right, I'll see you in the next tutorial.